Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers, and welcome to another video. Quite like the last one where you could see where I was driving, and also it does get to highlight the literally abysmal standard of people's driving in the UK. Yes, any case. Oh, and other people can stop accusing me of not paying attention to driving, even though I've actually qualified as an advanced driving instructor, and I've been driving for a long time, and I've only ever had one accident, which wasn't my fault. I mean, admittedly, it almost killed me, but you know, these things happen. Any case, so old Southport stabby. Well, the thing is, I don't even know what to actually call him anymore, because I say he's an animal, but as somebody quite rightly pointed out, and I can't disagree with it, to do that's a bit of a doing animals a bit of a disservice, to be fair. Scum, I don't know, whatever he is, piece of shit, oxygen thief, whatever. He's all sorted, you know. He's got his 52 years in prison where he'll be kept at our expense, which is nice. And then I know a lot of people are calling for, you know, for the death penalty, but the simple truth of the matter is, I was against the assisted suicide, which in my eyes is state-sponsored murder. And to be fair, he's the kind of person who would be begging for death. Death would be a release. What he should do, and if it was up to me, is for the next 52 years on a daily basis, I would drag him out of his cell and inflict some sort of torture on him for a few hours every single day for the next 52 years. So the little shit can feel pain. I'd make him literally suffer. Although he's in a prison in UK, so that ain't going to happen, is it? But in any case. But what we need to stop doing is focusing just on him. Although he did it, there is a reason why he did it, and how he turned into the oxygen thief piece of shit that he actually is. Now, there are, as you may be fully aware, many rumours circulating about his father, and the fact that his father was part of the disgusting butchery that occurred during the Rwandan civil war, where, well, I wouldn't even say it was civil war, it was just out and out vile, disgusting butchery. And if that is the case, then having a father figure who clearly enjoyed and revelled in said butchery isn't the greatest role model that you ever want. And before anyone starts, no, I'm not making excuses for this oxygen thieving piece of shite. I'm trying to say that we need to look past blaming the one person. Now, there are a few people that I, like many of us, watch on a regular basis, and one of the people I do watch, and I've liked for a long time, is somebody called Emma Kenny. There'll be a link to her channel down below, and she's done a video. Well, she was on Dan Wooten's show explaining how she felt about the situation, but then she did another video where she was a little bit more, shall we say, emotional. Now, she's a psychologist, so that's a job. And her and the other one was like Bev Turner. These two used to be regulars on daytime TV, you know, discussing, you know, psychology and all these sort of things, and they were on quite a lot. And then, of course, the scamdemic turned up, and both Bev Turner and Emma were very much against the scamdemic. And that is why their TV career disappeared, because they were at that time not allowing anyone who had a differing point of view to show up on the TV. Now, Bev obviously is doing her thing now, and Emma has got her own YouTube channel which you can watch, and she does a lot of crime investigations and they're really fascinating, and I think she's a very interesting person. And the thing is, it's because she's a psychologist, you know, she's got a general idea what she's talking about. This is why, you know, for instance, Jordan Peterson I absolutely love what that guy has to say, purely because I know he's a psychologist. I'm going to get another little thing here. Now, what we've got here is typical UK. You look down that road, the road is closed, I've got to go around, okay? There's nothing going on down there. Typical UK stupidity. Any case, I get diverted, but if you're looking through the things, I like to also draw out that attention to that thing. So, she does a brilliant analysis, and what she says is correct. Because although she says Muslims just want to live in peace in this country, well, I'm afraid I disagree with her there. If you, that's it, cut the corner. If you believe in that religion, which is just a absolutely disgusting piece of shit, then I'm afraid that you I just can't get my breath with you, because I don't know what was going on then, sorry about that, because that religion isn't compatible, but that's for another video. But okay, we'll give her that. But then she said the most important thing is one, she still doesn't understand why no one will call him what he is, which is a Islamic terrorist. He is, without doubt, one. There's no shadow of a doubt. And as I've mentioned a few times before, to use the line, well, he didn't hit the threshold. Really? How high is the threshold got to be? I mean, you don't just have the Al Qaeda training manual cookbook how-to guide in your room as like basic reading. And the fact that he meticulously planned it and took clear sort of inspiration from things. He's a terrorist, and we have to call him that, even if the media won't, and even if the government won't, and even if the police won't. He's a terrorist. And in reality, the definition of a terrorist is a person who commits terror or imparts terror upon people, which is exactly what he did. But what she also says is something that I think she's right. She's one of the few people I've heard say about it, so I want to sort of echo that, because what she's saying is right. Is we've become so focused on him and what he did that we've not looked at the fact that up until the age of 13 he didn't seem to be a problem, and then he became a massive problem. And we can never, I know it's another thing that really annoys me, Nigel Farage come out and said, oh well, the cover-up's over now. Well, for one, you don't get to decide that, and two, no, it isn't, because no one's taking any responsibility for what happened. There are multiple occasions where something could have been done and should have been done and wasn't. There was a systematic failing of literally everything that was designed to stop this from happening. But of course, that's all gone now, and I'm sorry, Nigel, but you don't get to decide when a cover-up is over, when this should be just left as it is. Oh, I mean, a lot of people go, well, he's in prison now, leave it. No, I won't leave it. I'm not going to leave it, and I don't think anyone should leave it, because of the sheer violence of it, and the fact that, what, we're just going to pretend that there was at least 15 clear attempts to stop this from happening, and they didn't. But apart from that, which is something that we will always, and I will continue to raise every now and again, because they can't be allowed to go, well, it's dealt with now, let's sweep it under the carpet, blame everybody else and anything else, blame Amazon, blame social media, blame Nigel Farage, blame Tommy Robinson, blame anyone, except for the real people who had the real power and the real ability to stop that shit from happening. The other thing we have to look at is he was clearly 100% radicalised online. He was, without a shadow of a doubt, online radicalised. And that needs to be addressed, because now we're burying it. We're now ignoring the fact that there are ISIS and Al Qaeda operatives online looking for anyone who is susceptible and building them up to this. The reason he's happy, the reason he's not bothered, he doesn't care, he's glad, is because he's been programmed to think that way. He's been programmed with the aid of a religion that enables such things to be done, that anyone who isn't them is evil and is fair game. This is what happened in the Rotherham grooming gangs, and this is why you need to go and watch. I've keep going on about Emma, but her videos are right. I mean, she worked with grooming gang victims, so she speaks from the heart and she knows what she's talking about, and she's fantastic. And watch the video that I link to it, and she'll say, you know, the similar things that I'm saying. So there are these people who prey on these young idiots, and they make them into what they are. Some will say it's online brainwashing, and this kid was clearly got a violent streak in him, which again, many times taking baseball bats and knives into school. Although I also think that maybe some of this is so that they can put him in protective custody in the mental health wing of a prison. But even so, it was obvious, absolutely obvious, that this kid had a serious issue. And these animals that are on there, well, not even animals, these steaming piles of shit, oxygen thieves that they are, preyed on that and built him up to turn him into what he is. And because we're only focusing on him, we're not paying any attention to them. So they've got away with this scot-free. And the biggest question that has to be asked, which no one seems to be asking, is how many more are there right now being radicalised like this? Now remember, I said that, I mentioned it, that last year alone, Prevent admitted there was 162 people fantasising and wanting to commit mass murder at schools. Now these 162 will be being radicalised and programmed by these online idiots, arseholes, disgusting oxygen thief pieces of shit. They're being programmed by them, and every time that one of them does one of the, you know, the like that Southport twat, once they do something, they just move on to the next one, and they are free to do what they want to do. I mean, he thinks sitting in prison, it doesn't matter. Why he was kicking off in court was because he's been told that there's only one person who can judge you, and that's Allah. And that's what he genuinely believes. He believes that the court has no power over him. No power over me whatsoever, mate. So, fuck off. That's why he's kicking off. That's why he was arrogant. That's why he acted like he acted. Literally, he believes that he is above everything. But that's because he's been programmed that way. That's because he's been told that way. And then, obviously, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, adding to that a father who, if the rumours are true, a funny feeling they are, and somehow he managed to stay here. And also remember that his family, what's left of their family, are now in hiding, new identities given by our government, living off our expenses again. So not only are we looking after the son in prison for the rest of his natural life, which hopefully won't be long, we're looking after them, and apparently his brother's also disabled, even though everybody has got doubts about that. But it is, you know, nothing surprises me. But we need to, as much as it's right to keep going on about what he did, we have to draw our attention to the fact that there are Muslim ISIS operatives working on the internet, seeking out people like that piece of shit and amplifying their anger and rage to the level that it's at. And the frightening thing is, there are thousands of them all over the country, and those are the ones we know of. And then what about the ones we don't know of? What about the ones that are coming over here every single day on dinghies and being scattered everywhere to be able to do what they need to do no matter where, strike? I mean, we literally are, it's a ticking time bomb. we're waiting for the UK's October the 7th. It will be horrendous, and even then nothing could be done about it. We can't ignore the fact that there has been some online grooming, programming by these monsters, turning a vicious creature into an efficient killing machine. It's something we can't ignore. So as much as we want to put our rage against the government and against that oxygen thief of a piece of shit, we can't lose focus of the fact that evil is working its magic right now. While I'm recording this video, driving down the road, going home, how many of these houses am I passing where another oxygen thief piece of shit is being told that we're evil and we deserve to die? How many more? How many more people are going to be sacrificed at the altar of diversity, at the altar of sticking our fingers in our ears and shouting la 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 and hoping that it all just goes away? Because as hard as it for some people in power to listen to, the simple truth of the matter is it's not going away, because you keep importing it. I am a father. I have 7 children, ranging from 29 all the way down to my 2 youngest. One's about to turn 13 and the other one's 10. Another one cuts the corner and another one cuts the corner. And I've got 3 grandkids who are only young, but they're going to keep growing up in this world. And you know, it sickens me when I see adverts like this stupid one about the environment and parents. Oh, sorry, don't apologise for that. Apologise for the fact that you're living in a country where our safety is being sacrificed every day by a government who won't do anything, who just are stupid, idiotic morons who are prepared to sacrifice all of us instead of admit that they were wrong and deal with the issue. Any case, back home now. As always, thank you for watching. If you've watched this all the way to the end, thank you to all the new subscribers that have joined the channel just recently. Sorry about the sun. It's a rare occasion here in the UK. It's really heartfelt. If you have watched this and you agree with what I'm having to say, or you just like watching my videos, just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny. You're not going to get into trouble for doing it. It just helps the channel. It genuinely just helps the channel. I do this because I want to talk about how things that I see affect me in reality. And a lot of people seem to forget that. Look, it's about opinions. I see something and I give you my opinion. Look, you don't have to agree with me. You genuinely don't. If you don't agree with me and you come with a logical argument about why you don't agree with me, or that's fine. That's why I have a huge comment section. And the only time you get deleted is if you are vile, basically. If you're a vile excuse for a human being, you're not welcome. I have a very good little community building up quite nicely of wonderful mother truckers who will look at things in a critical way. Now, I give you my opinion. I open the door. It's up to you whether you want to walk through it. So please subscribe if you enjoy what I do, as well as liking and sharing. And of course, as I've mentioned before, that wonderful comment section, it's there for you. Just don't be an idiot. Any case, 2 more videos will be popping up on the screen, usually a little bit later, because I upload, you know what I do now. Any case, I've explained it in another video. So don't forget to go and give Emma Kenny's video, which I've linked down below, a watch, and listen to her, because she knows what she's talking about. She's not stupid. So 2 videos. You know the usual drill now. Last uploaded, and one that the gods of YouTube will have selected for you to have a view, which would be nice if you haven't already watched it. You can share, do whatever you need to do. But I mean, literally, genuinely, I'm touched that you're there. I'm truly thankful every minute of the day that you do what you do. Any case, while I have a bunch of little idiots pissing about on motorbikes behind me, I'm going to go back into the house. I'm done. So until the next one.